Hey, welcome back. In this video I'm going to go ahead and show how you can take a standard reference here and create a dynamic moving vehicle. So for this I'm going to start out by drawing a kind of an upward view, and I'm going to go ahead and create a box. And I've made a video on perspective for vehicles, which I will go ahead and put a link to in the description. But I'm starting out with this box to go ahead and set up the features on this Jeep. So I'll first find the midpoint. This will be like a frame of reference here, and since we're looking underneath the Jeep, what I'm going to do is I don't have any references for the underside of this. I will look at that shortly, but I'm going to try to incorporate the stuff that I can see, which is the lights. And then we have the grill. I'm keeping the drawing fairly loose at this particular point. And when I'm drawing this window here, I also have to match the perspective that I have already established. So all of the rays that are on the right side here move towards the same vanishing point. Here's the opening for the door, or in this case it's actually at a smaller height, and you'll notice here that my box is not large enough. So this is this particular curve right here, and so what I need to do is I need to extend it, and that's totally a normal thing to do. So I can always add to my lines and fill in the box. So this is where I'm going to have the box go up to. Alright, so I've got that. Now I've got the seat. Seat will also follow the same basic perspective. And then I have the openings for the wheel wells. And you have to visualize these as three-dimensional objects. And it's okay to make corrections as you go through. That's part of the process. So this thing comes up like this, so I'll probably see the bottom side. And of course we have the bumper, which sticks out a little bit in the front. And the underside here, I'm going to hold off on that for a minute, but let's just go ahead and put as many of the other features as we can. So here's the tire, spare tire. And now let's draw the wheels. So I'm freehanding the wheels. When a vehicle is airborne, actually I'll move the wheels down a little bit lower, because if this guy is jumping, the wheels are going to be a little bit lower in the frame. I'll turn those into cylinders. Now where do you put the other wheel? Well, I'll draw a line over from the center of this first wheel. So something like this. So I can draw the inner wheel. So I'm starting with basic shapes first, and then adding detail. I'm not worried about detail at the very beginning. all boils down to knowing those volumetric shapes. And the wheel that I have here is going to be spinning or moving since this is airborne. And we have a few areas. What I recommend is looking at, if you have the ability to look through references for like Hot Wheels cars. You know, if you can't find the undercarriage, have a few die-cast vehicles on hand, or you know, models, whatever you feel most comfortable with, like the Rebel kits or something like that. It's a good way to go ahead and get some insight into what the underside of the car is going to look like. And so I've got this all blocked out. There's also a seat here in the back. And so now what I can do is I can take this. This is my starting point, right? I started with this box, and then I developed this sketch. And I'll make a copy of this sketch. And before I start inking it, what I can do is I can use my warp tool and just nudge it, give the vehicle a little bit more curvature, and it'll look like it's really flying. And so that's the pro tip for today. So you're almost implying a third vanishing point by virtue of moving these ends in. You're seeing how the back side of the Jeep and the front side of the Jeep now appear to be curving towards a implied bottom vanishing point. That's the whole intent behind this. So you can kind of cheat a three-point perspective view by doing it this way. So I hope you found some value in this video. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.